There we go. What is golden? What is going on? Let me get my spit cup. Boom, boom. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome. I'm packing my bag. Putting some lures back while I'm going to sit here wait for you guys to pop in here. Hopefully you guys are having a great rainy evening. I don't know where you're at, where you're from, whatnot. Boom. Let's see about that. That's a little slowing down there. Project Fishing is in the house. What is up, buddy? You got numerous slowing down. I got a lot to do on that other... on my thing upstairs. Slowing down. Boom. Look at that. What is going on? Welcome, whoever else is there. Oh yeah, look at that. That'll be good down the bottom, just right across. I'm going to pitch this when they're up there in the beds. I'm just going to pitch this and just let it sit there and just flop around. It's going to flop around. Where are the fish at? They're in the lake. They said, no, I ain't biting today. Well, should I say Monday? It was horrible. It was a horrible, no good, very bad day. Kids, do not try this at home. Kids, do not try this at home. If you're over the age of 18, I don't care what you do, but can't ever say that I told you so, because that's a lie. That is a lie. Let's wait for some people to get in here. There's actually 2 people in here, but who's the second? The second one didn't say a word yet. They haven't talked. They haven't said a word. I'm gonna add a little more. That there wasn't enough. But hopefully when I'm all said and done upstairs, I'll be streaming from upstairs because I have a whole different setup, and I think it'll be pretty cool. We'll have to just wait and see until I get it set up and fixed out, because my test run today, none of my stuff showed up into the stream. But look at that green pumpkin juice. Oh, and my 6 cent subscription is on the way. See if you guys can see this. Look at this green pumpkin juice. Oh yeah. Beautiful, beautiful shaky headworm. Look at that. Boom. Beautiful color. And that's part of the... Whoa. They're falling out. That's part of the slowing down deal that I was talking about. And I'm going to try doing it. I'm definitely going to be doing it in the tournament. Oh, yeah. I'm putting it back in the package, though, so the worm stays straight. Oops. Hold on. I'm not in the packages properly. Yep. Gotta love them. Yeah, this is definitely going to do me. I got more, but this is just going to be the one that I'm taking for the tournament out in Dale Hollow. That's just one that I'm taking there, because I gotta have that to slow down, because I don't know where this dude's gonna be fishing. So that there is a must. I have another green pumpkin, and I also got a Ned rig one too. That's sitting up there. But I'm gonna try this weekend. See ones like this, what they do. Like this is Kitech's version right here. But my wife just popped on. Hello, lovely. So we're gonna try that when I'm slowing down, but get the same exact 1/4 ounce. Then of course John and all them. You got the thresher. There's just one underspin. Then if you want to go a Kitech way, add grass on this sucker. Here's your Kitech underspin with your keel weight. I didn't bring over the. Here's another one. Here's your whale. There's your bigger one. That is your bigger bait. Like this is just like mush, but it's a great bait. I like it since it came out. It's phenomenal. That's another one. Just slow rolling the sucker. Now, what I am gonna do. Looks like Project Fishing set his reminder today. Oh, my wife's getting on Project Fishing. Ouch. Big Jim, what is going on, buddy? What is going on? How you doing this evening, sir? So, I am going to try extra, because when they're going to start getting up on beds, all right, a lot of people are not using this technique, which is sneaky. If you look, I got a white swim bait, all right? It's going to be Texas rig, the Yamamoto, right there. The hook's gone. Have that. I have a 1/4 ounce weights right there. So I'll be chucking that in. Well, no, these are quarter, sorry. So I'm going to be chucking that in there and letting that sit around the beds and just dragging this around the beds. That's something people are not talking about. I have a bunch of them sitting up there. If anybody doesn't know Big Jim Fishing, if you're into hummingbirds and would love to have your hummingbird set up to a T, please go visit his channel. This guy knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. Well, what I would actually call him is a hummingbird guru, if you want to go there. And if you guys don't know his channel, go ahead and subscribe. Project Fishing, I go out fishing with him all the time, but you guys already know that. Yeah, to his way. So you already know Project Fishing's channel. But Big Jim, you are big ready? Well, if you look, people aren't using this. You know what I mean? They are not using this setup. That's basically like, I'm actually going to put like a crawfish on the back, a white one too, because I have them up there from 6 cents. But you have to think, like, there's your weights. I'm not on the bottom like how a worm is going to be. This is just going to be dangling around. So this is going to be a huge player that I'm really thinking that I'm going to be able to get a lot of bass like that. But like I was telling you guys, these are still in play. Water's still cold. I had to order some more. If you guys don't have them or don't use them, they're real fat finesse swim bait heads with the Yamagatsu hook yet too. But as you look at all the ones that I will use, they always got screw lock keepers. So I'm going to have different scenarios when we go out to Dale Hollow Lake, but I'm going to be throwing these on Old Hickory too for a while. But the main player, as you guys saw, I ordered more of these because I lost a couple when I was there. But the main player at Dale Hollow was this 1/4 ounce bad boy right here. and six. That's such a wide head that I could just come across the bottom, and you could just tick a lot of stuff. Like, I just love it. And of course, a wire keeper. Like, these are my go-to period when it's cold, when you need to slow down. I tried them let's say Tuesday. Yeah, I tried them yesterday. I could not find bait fish in Old Hickory at all. I could not find any. I spent all day. I could find little parts of shad, but it wasn't like 3 weeks ago where every cove you went into and they were just loaded with shad. Like, they literally disappeared. I went out, fish shells all up and down. From, I will say, from the dam, but close to the dam, all the way past 2 Foot Cove, all the way past Bluegrass. I went all the way down that channel. All the way down the channel. Hit every high spot. Everything else, there was 1 or 2 bass here. I could not find shad anywhere. The only shad that I found were down in the channel around 30 feet. And I didn't see any bass down there with them. Like, it was weird. Like, it was a rough day. Like, I tried everything slow possible. Drop shot. I tried every style. There's some grass on it, but I went from this style underspin. I threw the thresher. I threw a bigger, heavier whale, 6-cent whale. I threw the pulse jig underspin. One that was exactly like this. A finesse here because it's a real thin gauge hook. Couldn't get a bite. Tried a drop shot. Nothing. Tried a jig. Absolutely nothing. It was the third day. I was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was the third day of the cold front. So it was very tough. But you should be thankful right now because this cold front is over, and for the next, I'll say, as far as my phone showed, for the next 12 days, the lows are going to be in the mid 40s, and we'll have 60 and 70 degree weather. So that'll be a positive thing. That'll be a huge thing. You know, what else? Oh.
Weatherman.
All right. Here's another thing. It's a must. Right now, when it's cold, there's a huge difference of the style baits that people are using. A lot of people like Kitech. Kitechs are great. But when it's cold, I had a Kitech on, and I had this on. This is flat and smooth, and it doesn't go as nuts as what a Kitech does. And I was able to pick up bites that way. But don't do what I did the other day. When you order these Largo shads, don't try to do it fast because my phone got stuck and I ordered 4-inch ones. So then I had to drive all the way back to Bass Pro to go trade them in to get 3-inch ones. So pay attention when you order stuff. But I will be having a new addition to the family. I don't know if you guys seen, I posted it. The Kistler helium rod. Now, I didn't go all the way up to the Z-bone. Now, even with my discount, it's still, you know, it's still a chunk of change. I don't feel like spending $300 on a rod. You know, but it's still a chunk of change. But I went to the helium, so that is going to be my new, finesse rod. I think it's a 7'2", 7'2" or 7'3". Light, medium, heavy action, and I also got the Kistler Series 1 spinning reel to go along with that as well. So I got the same exact one that I got my wife. I have the older version now. Oh, that I was pregnant? No. Well, you never know these days anymore, you know what I mean? You never know. The way people are, you know, I could just say, you know, I'm whatever I'm a believe I'm that I'm a giraffe. You know what I mean? It is what it is. This world is going to shame, I will say. I guess it's getting bad, but I don't want to put my views out there because I'll probably end up ticking somebody off. So we're gonna save that for another day off camera. But anyway, so this Saturday I'm gonna try to get out. The water temperature Monday was 47.9 when I put in. 3 weeks ago it was 62.7 up in Drakes Creek. So in 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, it went from 62.7 to 47.9. And I just couldn't find anything. People caught some Saturday, people caught some Sunday. Anyone I talked to yesterday didn't catch a thing. Couldn't even buy a bite. So that's this area just now. Like that's this area here. I mean, it's gonna warm up. So the bite should be coming. I mean, if you've been watching any MLF events, you know, the bites are there. People are having cold days, tough days. You know, you had days at Cherokee Lake, you know, like all over. Like it's just tough. It's just very, 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 very tough. So that's why I recommend slowing back down again. Because even when the water was colder, the bite was great. You could go, you know, you could throw some crankbaits and everything else, but it's just tough. Like I was on a great chatterbait bite. Yeah, I know. Oh, just in case if anyone is gonna be there, Big Jim is gonna be there. He will also have hats too as well that he will have there. He got a big old box of hats yesterday. I think it was yesterday, the day before. But in case you guys are just curious that are in here, he is gonna have hats. You know, you guys got to go check out his live streams. They're normally on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. Great dude to go watch. A lot of knowledge. He's the one that got me into this BFLs and MLF just by talking to him. Because I like tinkering on Old Hickory Lake and Percy Priest, and he's like, well, why don't you just come out? We always need co-anglers on Old Hickory at the end of the season. I said, all right, fine. I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'm thinking, well, why am I going to wait till then? Let's just go out and try to do one now. Project Fishing, yeah. Go ahead and find him. This is what I was trying to throw. I couldn't even get a bite on this. Like, it's just too cold. Like, it's just too fast. I have a thresher on the back on the Pulse Fish Lure spinner. I have the thresher on the back. And, like, I tried numerous stuff. Like, it was very mind-boggling for me to just get skunked on Old Hickory. Like, I at least could, hey, babe, you know, I call my wife up, like, hey, I caught an 8-inch bass. Woohoo. But I couldn't even get that. Like, it was that bad yesterday. It was seriously horrendous. Like, I was showing other people, and anyone that just joined, I liked. Setup looks good. Well, yeah, I seen them, but I I seriously went on my Humminbird because I was supposed to go project fishing yesterday, but he lives an hour away. So basically, I saved him $100 for not catching a fish. So he was supposed to come down with me yesterday to go fishing, but I told him, I said, you know, it's probably going to be horrible, this, and this. It's an hour for him here and an hour back drive, you know, with the boat plus gas in the boat and everything else. So I basically saved him money because I called him up and said I didn't even get a bite. But what I was saying is I went on my Humminbird. Before I got out there, I mapped every high spot by the channel. All the way from Bluegrass, all the way past Sam's Sports Bar when it starts to wrap around, if you guys are familiar with the lake going toward the dam. Every high spot on that channel. I tried them all. There was nothing sitting in 15 foot, nothing sitting in 20, nothing in 10. Anything that I found, they were not on any points. They were all deep. Like, it was just weird. It was a very weird day. I couldn't even get a bite in the back of a pocket. Like, I normally could get a bite someone. Like, there's resident fish that are 2 feet, 3 feet, 5 feet somewhere. I couldn't get a bite on them. Like I tried Sailboat Cove, I tried Bluegrass, I tried 2 Foot Cove, I tried to cross from 2 Foot Cove. I the mouth of Drake's Creek, around the island of Drake's Creek, like it was just horrible. Like I could not find anything. But what I am, like I said, slowing down, and I have a feeling these right here, which I showed the people that were in here earlier, but I don't know people that just came in. These green pumpkin juice shaky head worms. I have a feeling this weekend is going to end up being the deal. I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't know if the light will kick them on, but 6 Senses green pumpkin juice shaky head worms. I think this here might be the deal this weekend, and I have an extra pack to take along with me to Dale Hollow Lake. I just got a funny feeling that, it's going to warm up a little bit, and I want to downsize and everything else. But I am not getting rid of, this is going to end up using this on my new rod and reel that I actually got. I might go with a 1/4 ounce. 6 Sense has their 1/4 ounce shaky head hooks. Like, as people that don't know or people that popped in, I'm a huge 6 Sense junkie. Sorry, like, this is just, I'm just huge into it. I do not own anything that's Guggen, which they do have great baits, but I just think their baits, their plastics tear apart too quick. Like, they're a little too soft. They're like a Kitech style versus you can get like a Rage Swimmer or something like that, and they'll last a lot longer than a Kitech, to me. That's why I like using, I've switched over from Kitech to Largo shads. Like, now I'm a huge fan of Largo shads. No. I will not be throwing my, I just got since you just joined in, I just got a brand new helium rod. I just posted that on my Facebook page, the helium series, which I've wanted to, and I broke down and finally bought one. But they're helium rods. I felt them, I've seen them. They're like the lightest rod that I've held in my hand. I think it's 3.5 ounces. It's just a phenomenal rod, and the sensitivity, they have the excuse me, the K9 blank on that one, and the sensitivity is just amazing. So I actually got that in a spinning reel. I would take up any sponsor right now, but to be honest, these have been my baits. Like, when I needed the big bites has been the Storm Largo shad. You guys that have been watching my channel, the river fishing, when I got a lot of my bites are specific, neon orange, 6 Sense crankbait, Pulse Fish lures, their finesse 1/4 ounce swim bait head. Now, one other thing I'm going to throw in there, just in case if people are or have watched that video and picked up on a Storm Largo shad and that, that swim bait, I got something else that can come right on behind them at the same exact time. I got Pulse Jigs 1/4 ounce. So now I have their exact 1/4 ounce Pulse Jig yet too. So I'm also going to have that tied up. So that is what I think might end up being the deal, depending on who I actually get. But as you can see, that hook. Take care, Jim. Appreciate you stopping by. But this right here is a slow moving bait that has a thump to it. So it has a thump to it that will get a fish's, attention. And if you've seen past videos, I've caught plenty on these pulse jigs. They're, I think, is a huge player. Whether it's a calm day, whether it's windy, whatever, I'll still try it. But my shaky head, I will probably put my shaky head on my jig rod, more than likely. I'll probably put that on there. I like those for Old Hickory. I like those pulse jigs on Percy Priest, and I also like them on the river. I've caught more fish, not on those on the river, but I've caught more on Old Hickory, and I caught more on Percy Priest with those, because I can throw those around grass. For the simple reason is, you have your regular swim bait heads. All right, 1/4 ounce, 3/8, ½ ounce. All right, I can throw down around brush piles. I can throw down around weeds. There's like your weed guard. But if you watch the video, it just wobbles back and forth and it has a thump because of this plastic. So I can get around brush, I can get around all that stuff, and I can throw around grass lines. And I don't got to worry about getting stuck. Because of it being an open hook, I'd have problems with throwing something like this. I'd end up getting stuck. But with this, I don't got to worry about it getting stuck. So Rich I think, is a huge player. But I like throwing these just around the weed lines, just grass, and I like throwing these deep too as well. And you can just slow roll them. Bottom, top, whatever. I normally run the 1/4 ounce and I run the 3/8. Yes, I tried that yesterday too. And I could not get a bite on this thing too. I tried numerous ones. Like I said before, I tried Kitex. I tried the Thresher. I tried 6 Cents Whale. I tried this one. I did a lot of tying and ripping off. Sweet. I've caught more fish with this one out on the river than on Old Hickory. With that easy shiner, I have caught more on the river fishing. But getting back to that, I'll probably throw 1/4 ounce or a 3/8 ounce shaky head, but I will go on my jig rod. But my new Helium series rod with my Kistler. Again, would you try creature bait around wood? This is going to be my player going around wood this year. Right here. This is going to be my player around wood. So, a lot of people are going to throw, your regular Texas rig, with your bullet weights and everything else. Nope. I'm going to go this style. I can get this around grass. So what's great is you can throw it around weeds and it goes straight down through the weed. Boom. You don't get hung up because the weight's pulling it down. Now don't forget, a normal Texas rig, your bait's down here, your weight's up here. So when you throw it in, say around grass, or when people try to punch stuff, or what they call punching, you just throw it in there and just let it drop through. If you're not using real heavy weight, you're going to have problems because it's going to catch this. But now with this one, when you cast, your weight's going to go down through first. So all you're going to do is Texpose this. And then now all of a sudden, now I got a weedless. So when this goes down, my line's here, over here, and it's going to go straight on down. So this is going to be my bed fishing. Throw this, and I'm going to throw a white crawl yet too. Dock post. So I'm going to start throwing that a lot more than my Texas rig stuff. That is going to be, I have a feeling that is going to be my go-to because it's something that they don't see a lot. Which is going to be huge. I'm hoping. Now, I'll let you know if it works out, and I'll let you know if it doesn't. But my new rod is a spinning rod, and that is going to be my drop shot rod. So that is a 7 foot, I think it's 7'3", light, medium, heavy. And I have my Kistler series spinning reel that's come along with it. Their new series one. Not their older model. I have their older model here. My wife's got the newer one. I bought her on the newer one. What is my current PB? Are you asking me that one? My current PB in the state of Tennessee was 6'5", and that was Old Hickory. That was 6'5". That was Old Hickory. That was not this past summer. The summer before they took out all the grass and all that stuff up in Drake's Creek in one of the coves. It was 6'5". In that one single cove, I've caught 4 bass that are over 5 in that one cove, and now you go in there and the grass is gone. So I try not to fish that. 160 pounds, and she's in the house. My wife. But just to show you guys what I was using. All right, I got 15 brown Power Pro braid to 8-pound fluorocarbon, but I was throwing the Pulse jig. This is Pulse jig that I was telling you guys about, the 1/4 ounce one. I was throwing that down deep yesterday and around grass, everything. And I got that on my dock skipper, which is another light, medium, heavy. So I'm going to have 3 rods that are light, medium, heavy. This is the only rod that I can continuously skip baits underneath docks. And this is my other Kistler rod that I use. And as you see, has my Largo shad on it and all the teeth marks from the tournament. As you see, I add 7 bass on this one lure, and this bait has held up well. And this is also a light, medium, heavy. But this is only, I think, a 6'9". It's only a 6'9". So I mean, I'm really getting accustomed to these light, medium, heavy rods. I'm really starting to like them a lot because you can really downsize and say that 6'9" there. That's also a shallow crankbait rod too as well. You know what I mean? Because it has great parabolic bend. You know, and you don't got to sit here and need the 7'6", the 7'7", the 7'8", you know, for your deep diving crankbaits, because you're not chucking them real far. I mean, you can, but I'm starting to like those smaller rods. You know, I have more direct pitching and trying to throw at objects. You'll hit up Pickwick or Wheeler Lake this year. I would love to pick up other lakes. I would love to. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. I would like to get a group of people to go try other lakes. You know what I mean? Because I want to try to get off Old Hickory and Percy Priest and go try. I haven't tried Tim's Ford yet. I fished Center Hill once, and that was in a tournament, and that was horrible. I didn't catch nothing there that day. I fished Dale Hollow first time, was in that tournament. So I'd like to try a bunch of different lakes. Should do a local YouTuber hits up the TVA lake video. That'd be pretty neat. We can get a bunch of people to do that. That'll be actually pretty neat. That'll be cool. I would enjoy that. But just to give you guys a heads up, after seeing the tournament, my first tournament that I did, after seeing the prizes and hearing the amount of money that you could possibly win, I've switched a boat that I'm going to be going after, that I'm going to be saving up for. Because I just found out that Phoenix makes an 18.6 foot boat. So instead of going for the Nitro Z18 Pro, I just switched over and I'm going to be going after the Phoenix. So that will be the next boat that I will be trying to go after. And if anyone's wondering why, the amount of money just by having a Phoenix boat and placing. So for instance, say I had that Phoenix boat and I magically won a tournament. Just to see the amount of extra, like Phoenix kicks in $7,000 to $8,000 extra just because you have a boat, a Phoenix boat. I am off Mondays until the end of April, and they're letting go of weekend shift at my job, so I will officially go back to a 5-day work week. I'm not happy with that. So all my Monday fishing will be gone. But summer's coming, so that means I can go in the evenings. Yet too. So that will be the next one that I'll be. I did not even know that they needed that. So we need to do a TVA Lake on Monday before the end of April. Yeah, because April 2nd, I have my tournament is going to be on Dale Hollow, and April 31st, I think it's 31st, if that's Saturday, that will be on Center Hill Lake. So I got 2 MLF events, BFLs, whatever you want to call them, that month. Then I don't have my next one until June, and then that's Old Hickory. And then September, that's a 2-day tournament in September. So those will be those tournaments there. I'm going to try to get into some local tournaments too as well, you know, to just try to see if what I'm learning, what I'm picking up is paying off. So there'll be other tournaments around here that I will try to get in, whether it's Percy Priest, whether it's Old Hickory, or might try to get out. That works. Monday's fine. He works Saturday, so it wouldn't be Sundays. I go to church, so I don't do anything on a Sunday. I normally either every other Sunday or whenever I'm up, I will run the cameras for their YouTube channel for their live stream. So I'll normally go to first service and second service then. And then when I don't serve, then I'll go ahead at the second service, and that's at like 10:30. But I normally don't do anything on Sundays ever. So it's always got to be a Monday or a Saturday. Those are my major days that I'm able to do anything. But yeah, I can't wait to throw some more chatterbaits, some more crankbaits and everything else. Yeah, my time is shorter. Oh yeah, I won't be able to go far. I forgot about that. I gotta take the boys to school in the morning, and then I gotta pick the boys up. Yeah, I won't be able to go for a long haul on a Monday, and unless I can get someone to take them to school and pick them up, that would be the only way possible. That would be the only way possible on a Monday. But I seriously cannot wait to start throwing, you know, your crankbaits and your everything, like square bill galore, chatterbaits, everything. What?
Don't forget the daddy do list.
Yeah, I know. She just said, don't forget the daddy do list. Got to take the kids to school and pick them up. I forgot about that. But yeah, the last what was it? Not this Monday, but the following Monday. But before that, I was out with Daniel. So I don't know if you guys knew, but we went out. I tried to take him to some spots that I potentially knew that there should be fish. Nanny. No. Got to get my boys to school and from home from school. But yeah, when we went out, I tried taking to some spots. It actually worked out. We were throwing a chatterbait mainly, but they just disappeared. That like cold front and those 21 degree, 28, 29 degree nights just killed this lake. Just killed it. Like it ain't even nowhere near 50 degrees. I think the high it got to was like 49.7, 48.7 yesterday. But with this warm weather, I'm hoping Saturday it's going to pick up because I will go out rain or shine Saturday. I'm like going out Saturday no matter what. Oh yeah, it was horrendous. Like it was one of those days where you wish you didn't go out. Like my fingertips, there was zero wind. You know, the lake, excuse me, water was like ice. There was like no movement, and my fingertips were like getting cold. Like they were freezing. Because by the time we got out there at 9, it was only 28 degrees. And it was just cold. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to be trying some new things. But just watch my upcoming videos when they start spawning. And you're wondering what I'm throwing. This here, I have a feeling, is going to be the bait that you're going to see me catching them on. Right here. I'll be trying to hit beds. And I'm just going to let this... Hey, what's up, Dale? What's going on? Welcome. I just got a funny feeling that this is going to be the deal. Especially, they even make noise. They even clack. So when they go down, I just got a funny feeling that this is going to be a go-to bait. Yeah, I'm over that too. I am ready for the summer, but I'm not ready for, 100-degree days. Like, I do not like that. When I go out in the lake, I'm out there till 10, 11 o'clock, and I'm done. I'm, like, done for the day. I'm out at 5:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm done. Yeah. They'll probably have a YouTube channel once he gets his bass boat. Dale's like me too. But yeah, I am definitely ready. I'm definitely ready to start chucking these around everywhere. My lipless crankbaits, because there's not a lipless crankbait bite right now. I'm all ready for all those moving action baits. I'm all ready for, throwing your top water, poppers, frogs, you name it. I'm all ready for that, especially my weightless fluke. I love throwing a weightless fluke, especially when you start seeing bass schooling and everything else just blowing up on Chad. JD Basson, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. No, I normally don't. I just brought it along with me to that tournament just for what I would call shits and giggles, and I ended up catching a fish with it. I don't use them. I know I rarely can catch fish on a jerkbait for some reason. I don't know if it's my cadence. I don't know if I'm twitching it too hard, not hard enough. I don't know. So I normally shy away from that bait. So, I mean, I have them, but I just don't throw them. I mean, I'm going to bring it along with me to Dale Hollow again because it did catch me my first fish. So, I mean, I have my bag here packed up. For the crankbaits that I want, I got some flat sides. I got some OG Slims. Like silent ones, your DTs. And then I have the rock crawlers. I have your normal basic ones you're going to take with. Shaky head. and then I'm gonna take the jerk bait. I'm gonna have it. I'm not taking a jig. I get a better bite on a shaky head than I do a jig for some reason. And I'm just gonna take my 2 spinning rods. I'm gonna take both of them. Oh, sorry, I lied. I lied. My light, medium, heavy 1/4 ounce rod that I use. I'll have that. That will be a go-to. I know. That's why everyone says the water temperature, this, and this. But at the same exact time, it don't matter, man. I just have a problem catching fish on a jerkbait, period. I'll do better in the wintertime. Dead, cold winter with a chatterbait than I will with a jerkbait, which is weird. I will catch more fish in a day on a chatterbait than I will with a jerkbait. It's just weird. It's just that way with me. I'm just not good with that. I have zero confidence. I have zero confidence in like a jerkbait. I mean, I should probably go out and practice it more, 100%. But I do have zero confidence in it. I just brought it along just in case. It's one of those rods that I have here that's just in case. I do not have a Kistler rod for that one either. That's your basic. I have a Lew's Custom Black on there, and it's a Bass Pro. I don't even know what that one is. It's a black Bass Pro rod, a jerkbait rod. But I just pick it up. I could try it for hours, and I just get frustrated. But at the same exact time, I could try it for 2 hours and not get a bite, and I'm putting it down and I'm not picking it back up. But I gotta have a crankbait in my hand for 10 hours and not get a bite, and that sucker ain't leaving my hand. I have that much confidence in a crankbait that I will run it for 8 hours straight and not get a bite, and I will keep on going. That's the total difference of having something that's confidence builder and a not confidence builder. Like if anyone that comes in my boat or goes fishing with me, you don't ever see a jerkbait rod in here. Ever. Now, I'm going to take it to my tournament, but I just don't keep it in the boat. That is not, if you go in here now, I got, sitting over here in the side, I got 2 different chatterbaits on 2 different rods over there, and I got a swim jig rod. I got my crankbait rod here. My crankbait rod over here. Oh, sorry. What I was throwing on my rod here that I do have confidence in when I want to get out deep, hence crankbait in a way. Hold on a second. Boom. Almost like a crankbait. Wobblehead. So, I'll do anything that's in the same style as a crankbait. So, I'll throw my wobblehead out there. 1/2 ounce. Chuck it and just go down to the bottom and just let it go. And then just reel it in slowly. Like, I got it tied on here. Like, that's even a confidence bait when it's cold. I'll take that over a jig any day. I got that one tied up. So, like, yeah, my jerkbait rod's sitting up there in the front. And the water was even nice. Actually somewhat clear for Old Hickory. And I tried this one, couldn't even get a bite. Couldn't even get him to budge on this thing. Couldn't even get him to budge on the Money Badger. Nothing. So I went all out with my arsenal. Drop shot, 1/4 ounce swim bait, pulse jig, 1/4 ounce, down deep, shallow. My Money Badger, I tried that. I tried a DT 12, 14, and 10, and shad and crawl pattern. Nothing. Didn't have my shaky head on here because I had the wobble head on. Because I knew I was going to try to go deep. So I threw that on there just to see if I could pick up any bites in case there are any. If I do run on to any smallmouth, you know, they might pick that up on the ground. I'm going to edit some videos. Good chatting, man. Will do. Thanks for stopping. You have a good night. But yeah, like I got my chatterbaits on here. I have everything. But drop shot, I already said that. My regular quarter ounce. I got 2 different ones, and then that's basically it. What I tried Monday. I tried anything, bottom contact, slow. The only thing I didn't try was shaky head and jig. I let that drop shot sit by him. When they're at, I seen like one or two just roaming around at 20 feet. Threw it out there and watched it go all the way down the bottom, and I'm just sitting there with my rod in my hand and just going like this with the line, just getting it to move a little bit. Nothing. Wouldn't even pay it no mind. I think I was probably like 2 feet away from him. Nothing. Wouldn't even go after it. So it was very, very tough. But I'm definitely excited for that new rod to come in. I mean, if you guys don't know, you know what I mean, I posted a video of their helium series. You can look up Kistler online. Silver Buddy should work. Ripping it off the bottom of footers. They'll hollow. Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know where this guy's going to go. So I won't know until Saturday night to see who I have. And what I'm going to do is, Saturday night, when I find out his name, I'm going to go back to the last event, see where he placed. So if he's up high and caught some fish, wherever we go is where we go. But if I go down the bottom and the guy didn't even catch a fish, you know, I might be like, hey, you know, this is where this dude, I don't know where the guy took me, but this is how this guy fished, and this is how he placed where he, you know, placed at 19 pounds and how I ended up getting 17 pounds. I have a feeling the water temperature is going to be about the same because water's going to warm up a little bit because it did fall down temperature-wise here. So the water should be back to where it was. But they've had numerous events lately there. So you had the MLF, then the following weekend, just this past weekend, they had the Mountain Division there. And I think they got another tournament this coming weekend. Then you have the MLF event there again the following weekend. So that's going to be 4 weeks in a row that these fish are going to see baits. 4 weeks in a row. So they're going to see the jerk baits. They're going to see the crankbaits. They're going to see the jigs. But I have a feeling that they're not going to see those quarter ounce swim baits because no one really throws those. You don't see many people talking about them. You know, you'll see every now and then Jacob Wheeler and a couple of those guys, you know, in tournaments. Like in the Pro Series, the Elite Series, and everything else, they do have them tied on. But I really don't think, you know what I mean, it's going to be a little tricky. So I'm going to crankbait, drop shot, shaky head. I'm going to bring my wobble head along. So I'm probably going to bring an extra rod. So I'm going to keep that wobble head on there. And then I'm going to, my shaky head, the wobble head, and both my spinning rods. So then I'll have one for my quarter ounce, and that other one's going to be for my drop shot. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. I'm going to stay away from a jig. I'm going to try to anyway. And my jerkbait rod, I forgot about that one. But that will be funny, man. If I end up bringing my jerkbait rod, I end up catching all my fish on a jerkbait. You guys would die if you'd seen a video like that, because I don't use it. I would die. I would seriously die. But I definitely cannot wait till it warms up, man. I definitely swim jigs, chatterbaits, top water, square bills. You just go around by the weeds, just beating anything down with anything fast moving. Frogs. But yeah, those weightless flukes, all that good stuff. Like I just cannot wait for that to happen. Cause I got a lot of them. So I mean, this is the box that I took with me, just in case the square bill, just in case, because how they were saying, Dale Hollow's deep, they like that translucent stuff. So you have your translucent shad square bill in case we're shallow. In case it's a little cloudier. You know what I mean? It's really cloudy and it's dark, it's a little murky. Or of course, one of my favorite ones, but I don't know how that'll do there on Dale Hollow. You can see the grass on this thing. Or if I can get this out, it's stuck. You got your I'm stuck again. These 6-cent hooks are ridiculous. I just stuck myself good on my pants. Give me a second here. There you go. Another one of my favorites is bone. It's plain old bone. There's nothing to it. So, you know what I mean? You can go flat side, Vibration. I got grass in this sucker too. You can tell the ones that throw a lot around here. Just regular basic flat side. And then I got, just in case I need to throw any chatterbaits or whatever, there. You do got a white one. All white. You have your white and chartreuse, 1/2 ounce. And then I also got a white and chartreuse. Another one, but I also got I think it's called the olive shad thresher on the back of this one. Olive shad thresher. So I have a couple of chatterbaits just in case if we get shallow for some odd. Well, I lied. I got some more in my box that I take with. All white, 1/2 ounce. And then you got your all white with a gold blade. So I have a couple of them in here just in case if need be. And I already have, of course, rigged up, ready to go. You have your 1/4 ounce swim bait head from Pulse right there, and my 6 cents. Then you want to go smaller yet. And you got it really small. There's with your Kitech. And then of course you got your Pulse jig. So I have those all already ready to go. Plus, as you see, I got numerous colors and variations here yet too. So any different type of swim jig, well not swim jig, but swim bait, 1/4 ounce swim bait scenario, I am set. That's just a little box that I have just to take along with me, that I have with me for when I go there. And my other one that I have stacked up that I took with me is, of course, that got another one sitting in this one. I have all your color OG Slims. A little bit of orange. Put this one on my BFS reel. You got your OG Tiny. Then you got your Scatter at 5. One of my favorite ones, which is weird. It's an orange, but it's a shad pattern, which is weird. OG Slim. Take the same exact pattern. Your regular shad, OG Slim. Then you have your basic one. Those are your basic ones. Oh, sorry. I got one more tiny. I got 2 of them tinies. I got that one there too as well. And just in case, I also got a Little John. Just in that one. And then, of course, I got some lipless crankbaits. Just in that box alone. Then, of course, you got all your flat sides. Just in case if I needed color. And then, of course, you guys know my big old crankbait box. 14-foot divers, everything. So I got, well, the only thing I don't have are DT4s in here. That's the only thing I don't have. You know, you have your small DT6s. You know, I have a couple patterns of those. You have your DT6s. Of course. There's another OG Slim in there. And a different crawl pattern, an 8. I took with me. Another 8, which is my favorite pattern on Old Hickory in the summer. Then, of course, that one. Then you can jump up to the 10s. Same style pattern. 10. A little bit of blue on there. A little bit of chartreuse running through. It's kind of hard to see. You know what I mean? And then, of course, all those good old Fritz sides and anything else you want to run. You got this one out of 10. This one's great in the summer out of 10. In case if I need noise and it's murky. And then, of course, that one at the same time. So, I have a bunch. I got a lot of crankbaits. A lot. But we shall see how it goes. We definitely shall see how it goes the next tournament. I'm going to be breaking that box out when we go out. When it starts warming up. Just got in the feed. How's it going, bud? Great. I was just going over before you even popped in, not that long ago, of the scenarios here of what I have in this box, different scenarios that I have on the. I was also telling them that I stocked up on the quarter ounce and 3/8 on those two as well. And I was showing ones that I already had pre-rigged. 3 different style swim baits, just in case. You have your smaller one on the quarter ounce swim bait head with your smaller Kitech. Same as that one that I've been casting with is the 6 cents behind it yet too. And then, of course, pulse jigs. This is all in my box for the tournament. Then, of course, every color pulse jig. From sexy shad to white to albino to everything. They're all in my tournament box. Oh, I love the screw lock keeper, man. It's amazing. That that screw lock keeper is the deal. I will tell you, if the guys that have been in here that seen me the one day on the river where I caught over 20 some bass with just that quarter-ounce swim bait head and had the same swim bait on there for 3 days in a row. So I had 20 fish to one day, 30 another day, and like 15 another time on the same exact swim bait. It was crazy. That screw lock keeper is the deal on anything. But I was also going over, instead of the Texas rig, what I'm going to be trying a lot toward beds is a lot of people, or mats, or whatever that you want to go ahead and throw around, is a lot of people Texas rig stuff. And when their weights go down through, the bait's here and the weight's all the way up here, so it goes down funny. Now, if you do it the opposite way, you have your weight here, so I'm chucking it in, my bait's coming down behind it. So this is on the bottom and this is going to float. I have a feeling this is going to be the deal, or with a white crawl, when spawning season is here. Just having this sitting on the bottom and this just right in front of them, just going nuts. I have a feeling that that's going to end up being the deal. But I'm just disappointed still from Monday. I couldn't catch a fish. I was able to get my head tan a little bit though. That's about it. That was all it was for Monday. So yeah, I'm all stacked with all my quarter-ounce, 3/8, whether it's the pulse jigs, whether it's the finesse, swim bait heads. I am stacked up, ready to go for this upcoming event. I got everything. So we shall see how this water temperature changes, because I just still cannot believe how it went from 62.7 from three weeks ago to yesterday to 47.9 on our lake. That is just ridiculous. Couldn't find bait fish, couldn't find nothing. 6 hours, 0 bites. Live active target didn't do nothing. Couldn't do nothing. I'm watching them. It want nothing to do with anything you threw down there. Drop shot, pulse jig, finesse, swim bait head, wobble head, anything. There was nothing. They did not want anything. Nothing. It was just one horrendous day. But we shall see. We got this Saturday coming up. It's going to be warm the rest of this week. It'll be in the 50s and 60s, so the water temperature should warm back up, and let's see if they pull up a little bit. But I thought I had a good day marked out. You know, cold weather, humps that are down around 20 feet right off the channels. Let's see if they were down in the channels, so staying a little low. They come up a little bit in the sun to warm up. Nothing. Backs of pockets, nothing. I tried anything and everything. I just couldn't get anything to bite. But what I was talking about earlier yet too, Jeremy, is I switched up from I wanted to go with a Nitro Z18 Pro. I switched it up to I did not know that Phoenix made an 18-foot boat. So I will be switching it up from wanting a Z18 Pro. I'm going to be going after a Phoenix. Just because, in case something magical happens again and I end up going in, not as a co-angler, as a boater, the amount of money that Phoenix puts out in these tournaments, I mean, if that boater had a Phoenix boat that won this last one, would have got an extra $7,000 just because he had a Phoenix boat. So it's like, why am I going to go ahead and get a Nitro Z18 Pro versus get a Phoenix? Like, it makes no sense. If you're sitting there trying to fish and win money. I mean, you had a guy win. He was in 20-something place and still won $500 from Phoenix. Just because he had a Phoenix boat. He didn't even, he barely even got the money. I think he won like $200. I think he won like maybe $200, and then he won another $500 just from Phoenix, and he's like 20-something. I think like 27th or 28th place. It's just crazy. I'm like, and then once I found out there was an 18-foot boat, it was 18.6, and I'm like, 150 horsepower, 18.6, why not? You know, they come with hummingbirds. All right, I have a hummingbird here, but of course I got the Lowrance up front. So they both come in. If they come with hummingbirds, I think they come with Helix. I'm not sure what they come with, but I think you can upgrade to Helix 10s because I'd want a Helix 10 here because I like my Helix. I have a Helix 7 now, and I like it. But I take my Lowrance, my FS9 up front, and I take my live active target, put that on there, and have that up front with their hummingbird. Because then eventually, I could end up going over to having a uh, 360. So if I already have a hummingbird up there already, so that is just my, and then I want to get another Lowrance here yet too. So if I got that, I just want to make sure I have a Lowrance up front and Lowrance here, because I like Lowrance for a lot of stuff, but hummingbird I think has the best mapping. Now when I watch side by side of a hummingbird and Lowrance with the side imaging, like it's night and day with Lowrance. Lowrance was so much clearer, so much better definition. You could pick up so much more. So that's why I would like to have the mapping here on a hummingbird and have the side imaging right here with the Lowrance. So that's probably going to end up being my setup. But yeah, what's even better is that the Phoenix is the same exact price as the Z18 Pro. Well, yeah, I just got to see the price difference. Like, I don't want to go like too high. You know what I mean? But just knowing the fact that the Z18 Pro and the Phoenix is the same exact price at 46. So it's like, why not go with that boat? I think it comes with a 150. I'm pretty sure it's a 150. I'm not sure. I have to see what the deal is with the 175 on that. I don't know. But that's something that I'll have to look into. But that is my next goal. That is my next goal. So finish this year out as co-angler, and then we'll see where that goes. We'll see how that goes. And I think in a couple weeks, I think 3 weeks, I'll have my jersey in. So that'll be I'll have my new jersey in finally. So that'll be Kistler's on there, Pulse Fish Lures, Backdraft, and I think that's it. I think those are the three that I have on that one. Then of course I got Lowrance and Mercury on the back. Oh, well then it's $1,200 more than I'm gonna end up. Yeah, I'll end up spending the $1,200 more to get the 175. Like that's a no-brainer. If I'm already spending that amount of money, like what the heck's $1,200? If you're already spending $47,000, what the heck's $1,200 more? You know, if you finance that. But we shall see. We definitely shall see. We're gonna have to get you out fishing again soon, Dale. We're definitely gonna have to get you out in the boat again soon. I'm trying to stay off I really want to go to the river, but I really want to start hitting these lakes up and start using my graphs and start picking apart lakes, you know what I mean, so I can get familiar with them more. I mean, I've heard people going out on the river and they haven't been doing too well, so I don't know. I don't know if that bite died off there too or what happened. But I mean, eventually I'm gonna get back out on the river. Like, I really want to spend a day like when in the springtime. Like, I don't know when the smallmouth spawn on there. I don't know if they spawn before the largemouth or the same time or what. But I'm definitely want to get out there probably in the next couple months. I should get out there and actually see. But I'm definitely going to be spending a lot of time probably on Old Hickory. I'm just surprised that they don't have one part of the MLF or the BFLs on Percy Priest this year. So, I mean, yep. I mean, there's a couple tournaments coming up, like the other league that I used to be in 2 years ago, and last year I took off because I was just pissing money away. Like I was just losing, just giving money away just free, and I was coming fourth, fifth, seventh, ninth. It was just I wasn't having fun fishing, so I took off a year. Like it was getting to the point where I'm just like, what am I doing? Like fishing's supposed to be fun, and I'm getting aggravated and getting frustrated. So I knew it was time that I had to, all right, stop doing tournaments, stop doing this. Like I'm not having fun no more. So that's when I went out and just started just going to Percy Priest and Old Hickory and just picking it apart. But yeah, I mean, Saturday I'm going to be going out. So rain or shine, I will be going out Saturday. So if you want to go out Saturday, Dale, just let me know. I'm going out to Old Hickory. I'll be putting in at Shoots Branch. So just giving you a heads up ahead of time. So I know Daniel works on Saturday, so I'll probably be going out with Daniel Monday more than likely. And hopefully by that time, it can pick back up to where we left off, that we can start throwing chatterbaits again. But right now, that water at 47 degrees, there's just no way they're not gonna bite that right now. And it's just not happening. I don't know. Just got to get my drop shot confidence up too as well. Let's see that trophy. Hold on a second. Hey, babe. Aluminum Boat Series is going out at Shoot Saturday. I seen that too. I was actually almost thinking about going out at Aluminum Boat Series, man. I don't know if I want to do it. I was thinking about it. I do have an aluminum boat. The tracker is an aluminum boat. Hold on, give me a second. What? What did you say? Yeah. Ugh. Here it is. Right there. My first ever tournament and my first ever win. Jeremy from Pulse Fish Lure said, do yourself a favor. Go out, learn, have fun, catch a fish, and learn off these guys and try to make it to regionals. I said, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out, try to learn, catch a fish. Well, when I caught one, I'm like, well, this stinks. I got to catch more. So and then 4.5 hours later, you guys watch some of that video, I was frustrated. Mm-hmm. I was frustrated, especially sitting behind someone that was just sniping these fish, and then he was just reeling them in. And like, I stopped videotaping him. I was getting frustrated. No lie, he probably called 8 or 9 bass. Like, it was ridiculous. He called 8 or 9 times. Like, I was seriously getting tired of. I'm like, all right, I'm not videoing him anymore. I'm just gonna keep netting them for you. But it definitely was crazy once I figured out. Once he started getting mad about stuff, and he's like, "Oh man, thought I had one. It's just grass." And then it finally dawned on me. I'm like, all right, well, I got to get down there at the grass. That's where he's catching them. And cast it down there for like a little while. Couldn't figure out why I'm still not getting a bite. It's all downhill. Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. But yeah, it was just, I wasn't doing it right. I was above the grass. I don't know how high, but I was above it. And then once I finally got down and started ticking that grass, and then it was just on. Just one, and I caught another one, and a little bit lot. And you watch that video, we drive away, go to another spot. As soon as I get up, take my life vest off, put it down, cast out my first cast, boom, there's another 3-pounder. Like it was just, I waited till my line got limp, and it was at the grass, and just slow rolled it, and they were just there. It just, I couldn't ask for like a better day. I hope it's an uphill climb. I really do. I mean, like, I love to go in the top 10 again. I mean, I'm not going to put, I can do this. I'm just going out trying to catch fish. That's my whole thing. Just catch fish every single time. And if it leads to more, then it leads to more. But it really got me nervous because my wife was there at the weigh-ins and we were the last group to weigh in. So we had an hour to go and she kept texting me like the weights and I'm like, oh, I'm like right here. I'm right here. So when she first said it was 9 pounds, I wasn't worried because I still had that 1.8 pounder in the tank yet. I'm like, all right, cool. And then once she said it was 14, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, all right, man, I gotta get rid of this fish. And then that last one of my video, yeah, I was able to weigh it then because he actually weighed it for me. So I went from a 1.8 to a 3.6. So I was able to, almost jump up 2 pounds, which was huge. I didn't know I was at, roughly around 15 pounds at that time. Mm-hmm. But I definitely got nervous knowing the fact that I was right there and I needed one more fish to try to go ahead and get that. And that was within the last half an hour before we had to leave to come back. So it was awesome. It was definitely an awesome day that I'll always remember. And I will tell anybody, like, that was not me. My boater's the one that got me there, and it was God. That was it. It was not me. Because there's no way that I could just go ahead. And you see all the other boaters. You see all the co-anglers. They had very low weight. So many guys didn't even weigh in a fish. Some of their boaters had 20 pounds, and they didn't have any. Like, it was just one of those things that was just, I say it was luck. No, I didn't do, anything significant. Like, it I just happened to see why he was getting frustrated. So let me try to get down to that grass. Like, I was getting tired of him catching one after another, after another, after another, all day long at these grass lines with a jerk bait. And then it got to the point when we got to grass, he actually got frustrated and actually put a smile on my face, but I had to turn because I chuckled because he was getting frustrated because I started catching him and his jerkbait bite died. And then I ended up starting catching him, and then he's like, well, what are you using? I said a 1/4 ounce swim bait. And then all of a sudden he throws his 1/4 ounce swim bait out. But the only difference was he had a 1/4 ounce swim bait, but he had a Kitech on it. And he could not get him in. We're throwing the exact same spot. He had a Kitech on it. They would not bite that Kitech, but they bit that Largo shad. That was crazy. So, I mean, yeah, you could say that it was me at the same exact time, but I give credit, and I will also say it's probably from my weird way of reeling. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, but it was Daniel, Project Fishing, that's probably in here. You have you and 3 more people said the way that I throw a pulse jig or a 1/4 ounce swim bait is the weirdest looking way. Like, they all, like, they don't know what to say about that. They're like, well, why do you do that? I said, I don't know, catches fish. Like, why am I gonna change? Like, I'm just reeling, just give it a little, I'm just reeling along, just give it a little twitch. Even with the pulse jig, and you're really not supposed to do that. But I don't know what it does underwater. I don't know. I can't tell you anything. I just know it works for me. So, I mean, it's just weird. Like, numerous people will watch a video and be like, what are you doing with that? Like, why are you twitching it like that? I'm like, I don't know. I just do it. It is weird. I don't know. It just works. I don't know if the bass is falling, all of a sudden it just takes off, and then I get a bite. I don't know. no idea. But that's one thing I do know is it does work. I throw a chatterbait that way. I throw a swim jig that way. The only thing that you really can't do I want to sell those kayaks because they're just sitting in there collecting dust? Got to ask the wife. Mine is sitting there. Mine's a blue one. You can hold. There's 2 rod holders in the back. I don't even use them. The only time that I use them is when it iced up outside, and I was using it the urban kayak down the street because I live on a hill, so when it was a sheet of ice and I couldn't go. That's a far way to ship them. I guess everyone notices that. I guess I don't know, but that is one thing that I won't stop. Is it's weird. we're saving them for a rainy day. Yeah, I don't use mine at all. They're just sitting here. Mama said no. I wouldn't even have to sell you mine, dude. If you really want it, you can have my kayak, to be honest. It's sitting up there collecting dust. I mean, that's just sitting there to me. Now, her, I don't know, but mine, I'll give it to you. And if you wanted it. But yeah, so we shall see what this goes, because these 2 are going to be, where's it at? These 2 have been my go-to. You have the Largo shad, and then you got the pulse jig right there. Both 1/4 ounce. One on a spinning reel, one on a BFS reel. Those have been my go-to baits. Oh yeah, those definitely were the days where I go ahead to try to chuck a lure and my lure's all the way up in the trees. She would go ahead and fetch them. She would go ahead, and I don't even know where it was at. I try to launch real far, and I have that real far arc, and I get stuck in a tree somewhere. Well, I like the Largo shad, period. Now, anyway, just because it's colder, and I've gotten more bites on it. And as you can see, this one here caught all my fish, and you could even see the teeth marks on it. I mean, like, it's beat up. But it's thin. Like, it's smooth. There's no ribs, there's no nothing in it. It's just smooth. And it's I think the same density, like plastic wise, but it's smooth and it doesn't give off as much of a vibration as what you will with this. Say, for instance, regular Kitech. See how the Kitech bends more? Like, it's just like, and just the vibration. Like, he was using this, and I was using this. He was using a 3-inch, and I was using a 3-inch. Or he was using a 2.75 or a 3.25. But he did not get bit on this one, but I was getting chomped on this one. This is just smoother. This is just a smooth swim bait. Like, I definitely changed it over when I was, especially on the lake here, and when I was out in the river. I noticed that I was getting bit more on a Largo shad than I was in a Kitech, and I couldn't figure out why.
So I really didn't mean to do that.
And my wife just turned the lights out on me. But yeah, it's just smooth. Like, It's very, very, very smooth. Like I picked up numerous packs. Cast Project 3.0 after 100 fish. Dang. This is just, I might go with another bait. I could possibly go with that. This has just been my go-to bait on those quarter ounce swim baits. Like the only one I throw a Kitech on is, where's it at? Right here. This here was still the same exact bait with all those fish that I caught on the river. 2.75. The hook's bent a little bit, but on the quarter ounce swim bait. This here was my go-to one out in the river. Pulse Finesse swim bait head, which everybody knows that one because I made numerous videos of it. But just that alone, that there's perfect. Never lost a bait. That is on that one. Now, if I could fit a Largo shad on that swim bait head, oh man, that would be awesome. But it's just too small. The hook is not as thick. So I will show you guys here in a second of why you can't. Because when they say finesse, I love it because it's real small finesse hook. Like it pierces fast. There's really no hook setting. That's why I like using it on a spinning reel. All you're doing is lifting up. So I just took, hold on, just so you guys can get a gist of why I was saying the difference. I'm going to pull the 6 cents one out and I'll show you the difference. The 6 cents versus the hook size. So you have, that is the 6 cents one. Look at the size of that. All right. Then you put the finesse one by it. It literally almost fits right inside of it. So you guys can see the difference of the hook and the size difference. So this is the quarter ounce one, but then this is your finesse. This is the one that got me the majority of my river bites was this one. This is huge. But then this one, the big old difference, especially the hook size. That's why you can't fit a Largo shad on this one. You just can't. Just this hook is so much bigger. Now, if you ever do make some that are that size, I don't know what size hooks they are. I don't even know. Oh, it's a 4/0. I'm about to text you a picture. Oh yeah, that's the 6 cents head. That is better for plastics for sure. Yeah, this is a 4/0 hook. This is your 4/0 hook. But this is also, you know what I mean? It comes with a bigger hook, so you can go ahead and jack them. But at the same exact time, I could throw a Largo shad on that. But this here with a Kitech or like a little Rage Swimmer, deadly. That's why I have them tied on. I love them. Now, what we're really going to find out is now, since those pulse jigs that you sent me, I'm going to see how they do down there. Because the quarter ounce, I'm going to do the same exact thing with those quarter ounce ones. And I guarantee no one's out there. But with the wire keeper, stuck with this. I didn't see what the last one that you said. Live chats. Stuck with the 6 cents one for that though. With the wire keeper. Yeah, it's just night and day. Like I did not expect that to happen, but I'm telling you, I have a feeling. Especially with that new rod that I'm getting, even though I'm gonna put the drop shot on it. But with the new helium rod, like I definitely cannot wait to go ahead and like I won't even realize how heavy that rod is, dude. I don't even own a rod that's 3.5 ounces. Like you watch the guys, like they just hold it on one like figure, and it's just so balanced. That's why I just throw it on this dock skipper right here. Yeah, that 500 DD is great. I think I have the 250 MD sitting up on the wall right now. I think it's a 250. Yeah, I have the 250 of it up there. But this here now, I have a question since you're on here, and I don't got to text you. The way I have this hooked up, is this going to give me more action on this? Yes or no? I don't know if you can see this. I don't have it direct tied. Is this going to give me more action on this pulse jig? Will it blow out? Because way more action. All right. I was just curious because I've gotten more bites on that pulse jig with it set up that way than I did normally. That's why I was just curious to ask him, like if that's the reason. I just wanted to know, just because I swam the same exact way, and I just happened to throw it on because I didn't feel like tying a knot. I put that on one of my other rods, and I was getting more bites on that than I was the regular way. So that's why I was just curious, like if it has more of a thump. So there you go. So that's one thing that I was going to say that I like having on there, because it gives it more action yet too with the thump. But we shall see. You got the tournaments coming up at the end of this month, 2 weeks. So I'm already going back, bringing the same exact stuff tighter wobble should be. You put that snap swivel on the skirted pole. Oh yeah. I have the ones that are on the skirted ones with that on. That's why I was asking. I have those here, hanging on the wall. Yeah, if you guys ever buy the skirted pulse jigs, don't do what I did. Put the skirt on backwards. All right. Don't have it just laying flat coming back and you're like, well, why is this doing this when I had it on wrong the whole time? You're supposed to put it up so it actually comes backwards. Yeah, that was a mistake. So if you do order those, yeah, just make sure you put it on there and it's flowing backwards. So it's actually coming out the top and rolling backwards. So they're just running straight out the back. I learned my lesson on that one. Yeah, I have the purple and blue, or purple and black, and I have the chartreuse, and I got a brown one. Yeah, I got that on. I run that pulse jig on 10-pound fluoro. Period. I always run that on 10-pound fluoro. Except for in the summer, when I throw like the 3/8 ounce, like with the 3/8 underspin, then I will go up to like 14, 14, 15 pound, because I'll throw a sucker around grass. I've already sent you videos of that one. We throwing it around weeds. Like I told everybody, it's great around weeds, great around brush piles. Like I don't get hung up. I'm not hung up at the bottom getting frustrated with it. I can throw it around wood, just like a crankbait. You literally can throw those through a lot of stuff, which you would not believe the stuff. Like you could literally toss those underneath docks, wood, logs, grass. Throw exactly like a chatterbait. That's basically what it is. That's exactly what it is. Just like a chatterbait without a blade on it, but it has its own plastic thing. So that's just you have to watch the video, like the underwater footage of it. Go to Pulse Fish Lures YouTube channel and actually watch the underwater footage of it. So you will see that thing just underneath the water. But yeah, I got tons of them. So eventually my subscribers are up there, this and that. So hopefully I want to go ahead. I got my rods set up. I'm all good with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a giveaway on a rod. Going to do some lures. Backdraft Lures is going to give me some lures to go ahead, some chatterbaits to give away. I'm going to give a Kistler rod. Thing is, the winner's going to, I guess, pick and choose the rod just because I think it's easier of what they want is a spinning or a casting rod. But it's going to be the Argon series rod. So in case you guys are wondering what that is or whatever, it's the Argon series under Kistler, and you can get technique specific. Like, they're almost all technique specific rods. So just giving you guys a heads up that I will be having that this summer, because I want to go ahead and give a bunch of stuff away, you know, just for everyone that has been there, you know, from the start. Well, not the start, but for months and months and months of my fishing. So I just want to give back to other people. So there'll be a bunch different stuff. Carpet decals of pulse fish lures. I'm not doing that because I got one on the boat, and I'm saving one for whenever I get a new boat. So I will not be giving that away. I'll probably grab some stuff from them, and I'll give some pulse jigs. It all depends. Some 3/8 because the summer's coming, so I'll figure 3/8. I'm not going to go half ounce. 3/8. I might throw in an underspin. And probably some of these finesse swim bait heads. Yeah, too. I'll throw a pack or two of those in there, and probably some chatterbaits from Backdraft Lures as well. So that will be upcoming this summer. But we shall see how this goes. But Saturday, I will be out Saturday. So Dale, if you want to go fishing Saturday, let me know beforehand. Preferably let me know by Thursday night, because other people probably ask. But I'll go out Thursday. Gonna try a bunch of stuff Thursday, and hopefully be able to make a video Thursday, because Monday was just horrendous. But appreciate you guys stopping by and going along for the ride, and we're gonna try to see what we can do this weekend. And the following weekend, I will not be out that Saturday fishing, so you will not see me that Saturday, because I will be driving to Dale Hollow and getting ready for that MLF BFL event. So I appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out tonight. And you guys will leave Thursday afternoon. Oh yeah, that's right. You are going to be gone. I forgot about that. You too, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Jeremy. And that is perfectly fine. But I appreciate you guys stopping in tonight. And this weekend and Monday I'll be fishing, but the following weekend I will not, because I will be at Dale Hollow, like I said, getting ready for that tournament. So I appreciate you guys stopping by, and you guys have a great night. Take it easy, guys. See ya.